What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Leave It to the Judges MMA show. I'm with the boys as always, Xavier and Clark. How we doing, boys?
I'm chilling, man. I'm chilling. How you
Good.
feeling? How we feeling?
Feeling good.
Feeling
Just
good.
got
What's up, Clark?
I just got off work, so I'm feeling good.
Of course. Now it's time to unwind. Let's talk some MMA, boys. Banger card coming up this weekend. But today we're gonna be making a list for you guys. On the screen basically is every title shot that is confirmed for each division, or at least should be confirmed. We took some guesses. For example, DDP versus Strickland does not have a date. Islam versus Arman does not have a date. But those are more than likely the next challengers, unless there's some injuries or something. And basically, we're going to be ranking from first to last how likely it is that the challenger will win the belt, take the belt off the champion. For example, at the top, number one is going to be the most likely challenger to beat the champion. You guys are smart enough. You guys get the concept. Let's get into it, guys. Who is the most likely champion to lose their belt out of all these matchups?
Ooh, I think it's between two for me. Um, for me, it's between Pena and Raquel Pennington, and the obvious Bilal versus Shavkat. Um, Bilal looked pretty good in his last fight. We can attribute that to a couple of things. Leon being, not on that night. Khabib's training, whatever. But and then obviously Raquel Pennington, a gritty vet, been around the game forever, but like I kind of feel like her championship win kind of feels kind of fluky to me, or like one of those right time, right place moments. So I don't really know between the two of them like who I would say is more likely, but those are my obvious top two.
Yeah. What do you think, Clark?
That's exactly who I was looking at. Maybe, yeah, I was looking at those two. But I mean, I think the one difference in this fight, one of these fighters 18 up, 18 down. The other fighter is Pena. So I think it's pretty obvious. I mean, as good as Bilal looked, let's see him do this against Shavkat Rakhmonov. Let's see him get him on his back. Let's see him how he does once he's on the ground with this man. I mean, we haven't even gone to a decision yet. So how about you do that first, Bilal? And
Yeah,
we'll see. But it's got to be Shavkat.
yeah, I
Bilal's
think I
also
agree.
36. Like, he is no young man going into this fight.
True. I think that Bilal's been around forever type shit. And it's kind of like because he's finally getting his like, upper echelon push, he feels like a young guy, but really he's been in this game for a fat minute.
It's not
Ruining
even
my
us reading
parlays,
either.
ruining my parlays for years, to be honest.
Yeah, it's just a matchup. Even definitely, I could totally see Pennington beating Pena because like it's Pena, bro. She hasn't fought in forever. They both are kind of, mixed bags. But yeah, I think Bilal versus Shafkat.
I mean,
No
I
hate.
will say I don't love that Shavkat is like kind of taking this whole year off going into this title fight, but
Yeah, the
like
fight's not
not
confirmed yet.
really his fault, I would say. I mean, the Bilal, I don't know why that fight took forever to get booked. Like that fight took forever to get booked, so it kind of just
Uh,
held the division.
Okay, so that is our number one. Let's move on to number two. Should we just put in Pena versus Pennington? Are we all in agreement in there?
yeah, I that's mine.
Okay.
As much as I would love to, throw DDP under the bus a little bit here, I will say, like, nah, that would be not just.
All right.
There's
This is
been
where
two
things get tougher.
games.
Oh, what's up, Clark?
No, I said especially since DDP is gonna whoop his ass in the second fight.
That's
But
crazy work. I don't know about all of that, Clark, but we'll see.
I
We'll
might
see.
agree with Clark here.
We'll see. I don't know about all of that.
I mean, there's like two or three I'd have ahead of that though, to be honest.
Yeah, I think this is where things get a little harder. Like those two were kind of obvious. What
Yeah.
what goes three, you think?
Ooh, ooh. Is actually
Ilya versus Max.
I
What?
was
Oh, never mind. Umar Marab. Umar Marab.
ooh,
Yeah, based on what I'm
Umar
seeing,
Marab.
I was kind of honestly I was liking the Tatsu Terra Pantoja one, Loki.
Nah, I don't want to disrespect Pantoja that much. I think that
Nassau Merchant, that's his issue. Like, and Tatsu can actually like hurt this man. Like, he's not fighting Soy Boy Royval in the fifth round. I think Pantoja is probably the better fighter, but like if he gets into the championship rounds, the man gasses out like every time.
yeah. Also, are we like the whole narrative's been Marab or Umar's a terrible matchup for Marab. Are we like dead set on Marab losing the belt to Umar? Are we
I
all?
am. I am. I
I
am.
probably am, but I'm less certain after the last fight.
Yeah, yeah, I agree with that.
I just don't think that Morab's gonna be able to just grapple fuck him for 5 rounds. That's just and I think that Umar is too good on the feet to not find that chin or that body. Like the second Sean kicked that body twice, he was like huffing, he was like fighting for his life in the fifth round.
That
Like
is true.
You know what? I like that.
Morab's
Okay.
never been the most durable guy. He's just been able to just impose his will on most of these guys. And I don't think even if he might have like a cardio advantage and maybe even a slight wrestling advantage, I don't think he has a grappling advantage. Like he doesn't have a size advantage. He doesn't have a coaching advantage. That's for damn sure.
Mm.
Shout out Ray Longo and the boys, but you ain't out coaching Khabib, man. So yeah, I just think that too many factors are against him right now.
Let's just say hypothetically he got past Umar. Who in the 135-pound division would you pick to beat Marab?
No one.
If it's not Umar, no one.
I mean,
After
I think Sean could have a chance in a rematch. But I wouldn't favor anyone else. I feel like Sanhagen could give him some problems, maybe catch him with something, a jump knee or some shit, like flatline him. But I don't think that I would favor anyone else over Marab right now with how he's looked recently.
All right. Number four, guys. We got our top three. What's next?
I
We're
think
talking
it's
about Pantoja.
either that one or Ilya Max.
I think Ilya Max.
I like that.
Okay. Uh,
I'm fine for a Pantoja to be after that though. But
I'm telling you
I
guys.
just really see Max boxing him up and not like getting knocked out. And I don't know what Ilya's cardio is gonna be like against someone who could push the pace like him. Like I think didn't we see him go 5 with Josh Emmett?
Yes.
Yeah, but that was a fight where like he was leading the dance a lot, and Josh Emmett doesn't have the most cardio down the stretch of fights. He's just like he just keeps his power and shit to keep people off of him. But I think that at minimum, the fight with Max is going to be more back and forth, and I think that I just can't see Ilya. Like I could see him winning, but like it's a much harder path. I think Max, with how he's looked recently, like should get the better of him here.
Yeah, you make a lot of really good points, but like I just keep going to the fact that like Max couldn't beat Volk in three fights, and it took Ilya 2 rounds to beat him. But I'm still very torn on that fight. But I think it's a good
Can we
number three.
not? Can we not just admit that that was not the same Hulk? Like, what are we doing here,
The head,
Ed?
yeah, no, no, the head kick definitely ruined him.
Like, that was not the same man in there, and we know it.
That's fair.
I mean, also Tapori was losing the fight up to that moment. Just saying,
Facts.
he was losing the whole fight up until that moment.
I feel like he's a guy that like doesn't win a lot of rounds off volume. He just lands big shots and rocks people a lot, which is like obviously a fine tool to have in the book in the box. But like against a guy like Max, who's mostly volume and durability, it's kind of like I don't see him winning rounds necessarily. Like I don't see him winning more rounds than Max over the course of a fight.
Okay. Do you guys think this fight goes the distance?
Um,
Possibly. Honestly, you know what? No, no, no. I could see Max honestly spinning heel kicking him. straight in the face.
So he did
That's
just.
kind of crazy. That's kind
I'm
of crazy,
I'm
but
just saying he had the new tool in his toolbox in the last fight, that spinning body kick, and it was on point. It was money, and
I think
it was
Max should.
shorter, so spinning heel kick to the face.
I think Max could get him out of there like late, maybe on cardio. Um, but I don't think anyone gets knocked out. It might just be like a TKO, like too much volume mission, especially depending on is Herb the referee? Because if Herb is the referee, I'm pretty sure this is not going the distance. But I mean, with like a Mark Goddard or like a Jason Herzog, we might be in for 5 good rounds here. 5 sweaty rounds, but five good rounds.
It's gonna be fight of the year, man. I'm telling you. All right, let's keep moving. Number five, we got next. We're gonna put in the Pantoja, Tyra fight. You think?
Yeah,
Yeah,
has to be.
Yeah, I think you guys are right. That'd be an interesting fight.
Yeah, I just think Tatsu has like the best kind of style to beat Pantoja, just if they were like not even tired. But like once it gets in those championship rounds, I just feel like Pantoja's gone very fortunate against some fighters the way he's fought late. And especially that fight with Usyk was somewhat close, and we saw what Cara France did to him. So it's like I feel like Tatsu's not the one to mess around with late in that fight. I think he's got the cardio too to back it up from what I've seen.
I also agree that like cardio and grappling skill should just it could just like I see it like rounds 4 and 5 where Pantoja's usually huffing and puffing and just uses his you know dominant wrestling to like get someone down and damn near lay and prey on them a lot of the time.
Yeah,
Um, I just don't see as long as Tyra's cardio keeps like holds up and he's not too damaged early. I just don't see him like not pushing a pace on Pantoja.
yeah. And Pantoja's been in like I don't want to call them wars, but he's been a lot of 5 round title fights recently, and it's taken a good amount of damage. So
He's gonna catch up to him, man. He's not a spring chicken, man. I think he's
yeah,
like 36, 37.
I've
Like,
been here for a minute.
yeah, he's not a spring chicken.
All right, let's move on. Getting harder and harder here. Give us
All
a
right,
second.
One.
I'm gonna tell you what I'm thinking here. I'm between Shevchenko, Faro, and DDP Strickland.
Okay.
Um, I think that Shevchenko has, even though she's dominated most of the rounds against Grasso, she's shown a new vulnerability that she hasn't, prior to this little rivalry in a long time. And I think that it's like, again, like father time catching up with her a little bit. I think she could win this fight very well. Um, but at the same time, Faro to me is dangerous everywhere. Dangerous on the feet. I think she hits a little harder than Grasso. Um, so I don't know. I don't know how Shevchenko is going to take her punches, to be honest. So that's kind of
Yeah,
of these options left up in the air, and then based on how like Strickland did, how good Strickland did against DDP in the first fight, and how we did see him have we did see DDP having some gas out issues against Izzy here in like round 3. So it's like the gas out issues are always going to be there, and I think that if Strickland's on his shit, he can get him. He can like fucking win the fight this time. Like I thought he won the first time, but I think that he can get the better of him a little extra
fuck yeah, this is
potentially.
hard.
He shouldn't have went on vacation those 3 rounds he lost. Shouldn't-
What do you think,
Uh,
Clark?
I don't know. This is tough. I like the Shevchenko shout. I was thinking stylistically Tatiana Suarez versus Wei Li
I
low
was
key.
thinking that too,
But
but
I kind of see the Shevchenko one a little more.
okay. Yeah, Zhang's definitely more in her prime than Shevchenko is right now.
Yeah,
And
I would.
Strickland, yeah, all right, we'll put this one next.
Dude, Sean, that man's done. It's the anniversary. It's coming up of like when he lost that belt. It's almost a year in. We're almost a year in.
Yeah, I know how close the first fight was, but like, man, I just feel like DDP's gonna put a beating on him this time.
He
I don't know what it
finished.
is.
Strickland didn't. Like, proof enough.
Yeah, and like the Costa fight, it wasn't his fault, but that just didn't wow me with him and Strickland. But it seems like we're down to DDP Strickland or Zhang Suarez. I feel like,
I mean, you
yeah,
can
right.
put DDP in there just because it was a splitty. I will say that. You can put him in there just because it was
Yeah,
a
no, I think you're right. I think, yeah, this one has to go next. Just
yeah.
how
I
close
just,
the first fight was.
and
Strickland is really good.
I think that Zhang, like,
That has to be the next one.
I think Zhang has shown a lot more vulnerability recently. She's not dominating quite like she used to. But then again, like Yan may just be able to fucking crack, which we've obviously seen that she can. So I think that she did catch Whaley in that fight, and I think that, it did maybe not, she was a little bit on Queer Street a little bit, and she was still able to like grit out even those rounds like with her grappling. But I don't think that Suarez is as dangerous on the feet as a Zhang. I mean as a Yan, I mean.
Yeah.
No, I agree.
And
But I just,
I feel like whereas Whaley wins a lot of her matchups with her grappling, I think this is one that she's gonna have to win with her striking. Where it's like she's gonna have to be more defensive grappling than offensive grappling, and more just winning the striking battle.
yeah. So Clark, what do you think it is about Suarez that is like
He
so? What's it about her that could give Zhang a lot of trouble?
he just kind of has like that Islam Makhachev type style. I think, she fights southpaw. She goes a lot of the times with a nice head kick, kind of just basic stuff, but it's, solid. It's definitely not bad. Um, and just the fact, like, 3 years off the bench and she's just been whooping ass the way she has, like, looked looking dominant in the grappling. And she looked very dominant against what's her face? Andrade as well. But it's Andrade, but she like out grappled her bad, like, and how Andrade a little thick body, so it is hard to get her down and just keep her there the way she did. So like, I think she could take Zhang down. I think she can hold her there or get the sub. But I think Whaley, I mean, I can see Whaley just winning this on the feet too, but Suarez got that little Islam in her, I believe. And she's undefeated as well. I would like to point that out.
It's true. All right, though, guys, we're down to the big three. Man, this is tough. We got the GOAT fighting, a 42-year-old firefighter. We got Pereira fighting a kickboxer who's just going to stand with him. And then we have the pound for pound number one guy taking on a guy in a rematch, taking on Armin. I think Armin Islam is next, right?
Yeah, I
I
actually think it's this hard, low key.
I was gonna say Pereira Roundtree
Ooh,
just
okay.
Oh,
Well,
because um I just think that Islam striking has come like leaps and bounds since their first fight. And while Arman's gotten better, I feel like he really does well against people who he can like out wrestle. Like that's largely how he wins his fights. And I just don't see like, even if the grappling is like 50-50, which I think it's more like 60-40 here in Islam's favor, I think that the striking has like widened the gap. And also the cardio of Arman is not always there over 5 rounds. And we've seen Islam push a couple of hard fives. So it's like we know that even if he has moments of gassing out, like he can recover. He has good recoverability. And I just at the same time, like Roundtree can crack, and I think that when you're dealing with strikers, I think that it's not like we haven't seen Pereira chinned before or rocked against Izzy in their first fight. So it's like I just think that I don't think it's very likely that he wins, but I think that Roundtree does have a chance to pull out the upset here.
That's interesting because like Armin is looked at as the much more deserving champion than Roundtree, but I guess it just shows how good Islam is and how much he's evolved. And I guess it's like a stylistic thing. What do you think,
I think
Clark?
I just think that with any strikers like that, you just run a risk, especially with like at the higher weight divisions. Like any like one good punch, one good kick could really change things. And I think that at the lower weight divisions, the margin for error, like I'm gonna way more view it based as like skill based, if that makes sense.
I got it.
I like that. I kind of agree now with that. I was the only reason I was kind of thinking the Armand fight only because they had a very close fight the first time. I mean, that was so long ago now, but like that's kind of the only thing I would say. But I think stylistically, honestly, Islam's gonna run through this man. Like the fact Oliveira almost beat him, I think is enough evidence that I think Makhachev's gonna run through him, no matter what happens in the fight, really. Um, and I feel like it is more likely Roundtree can find some weird TKO over Pereira, but I mean, I don't think it'll happen. But
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean
yeah,
that's just honestly where we're at in the list. Like these are the more likely people to retain for sure.
yeah. And like Islam was doing great against Dustin on the feet, who's a really good boxer, definitely better than Armin. But like, yeah, I think you guys persuaded me.
yeah,
Yeah, Islam just feels invincible right now. Where Pereira is like, we've seen him, like you said, we've seen him get chinned. Islam, it's like the dude's on an insane run.
Facts.
And then I
And I
think,
just
oh, God.
go ahead.
No, I was gonna say we could talk about, it, but the rest of the list pretty much fills itself out. We're still gonna talk about it, but I'm just gonna put him in.
isn't the opposite flipped around there, the Roundtree one?
Yeah, for them.
Oh yeah, my bad.
But yeah,
I mean, yeah, the last one, there's not much to say. Like, this is a 50-year-old firefighter who hasn't fought in
stop
like
fucking hyping his age up, you
six
fucker.
years. I mean, let's just be for real. He's going in against the GOAT who just took out Gon in about like 2 seconds. Like, it's not happening. I mean, it really is not happening.
No.
I mean, I don't even know if this man is trained for this fight, really, in his time off. I just don't see it whatsoever.
Yeah, we finally got an official date on it. This is supposed to happen last year, but we're here now, so that's what matters. Let's
Hey,
get the fight out of the way, man.
MSG, that's lit. I like that. And Do Bronx will be on there where he'll beat the shit out of Michael Chandler again.
And then he'll take Chandler's Conor McGregor fight, and it's gonna be Oliveira versus McGregor.
That would be crazy.
That's what's gonna
I would
happen.
I would fuck with that too. Fuck it. Just stay
Okay,
off
got
the fucking ground, Connor.
facts. All right, guys, but let's quickly go through the list. We're gonna go through each fight, and we have to yes or no. Does the challenger win? So we'll start at the top. Bilal Shafkat. Does Shafkat beat Bilal when this fight happens?
Yes.
Easily.
Okay,
I don't want to
yes.
say easily, but yes.
Does Pena beat Pennington? I say no, bro.
Yeah.
I got Pennington, bro. I
I'm
got
gonna
Pennington.
say yes, but I mean I'm gonna root for Pennington all
Yeah, I
day.
just
Let me
I don't
tell you.
know. Okay, we'll
I
say
mean
yes.
the fact that Pena
Chicago stand up. Chicago stand up. I gotta fucking support some Chicago fucking fighters. I mean, and it ain't gonna be Bilal. So yeah, I'm gonna take Pennington.
Okay.
I
I
mean
mean
Pena here.
Pena is a plus 160, which that is a little surprising to me.
That is
I'm a little surprised by it.
just get Kayla
How,
Harrison in there, bro.
how can you not take her at a plus 160?
That actually
Like
is wild.
Yeah.
Umar Marab. Does Umar for sure? Not for sure, but does Umar
not
beat
for
Marab?
sure. Yes, I'm gonna say yes.
I'm gonna say yes.
Okay, yeah, I agree as well. Does Max beat Ilya?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. does Tatsuo beat Pantoja when they fight? If they fight,
This one's a little tougher, but
I'm gonna say yes personally. I
I'm
just think
gonna
it
say
passing of the
yes.
guard.
I'm gonna
I'm gonna
say
say
yes just
yes.
because after him, I don't know who else will beat Pantoja. I feel like he'd be the only
Sign
one.
Makayev back. Fuck the bullshit.
Yeah, I mean,
Fuck
they,
the bullshit, Clark.
All right.
But yeah,
Does Furiat beat Shevchenko?
I'm gonna say no.
oh, I'll say no.
Yeah, I'd say no.
Something's got to be no here. Hell
I
Does
no.
think
Strick?
I think Shevchenko just like based on like I think she got back in the lab, got a little more fire to her. Like sometimes taking a loss as a dominant champion can reignite that fire. You know what I mean? Or like
Yeah,
a close fight, like it makes you really realize that I have to lock in a little bit here.
Hmm.
for sure.
Hell no.
Does Strickland beat DDP?
I'm gonna say yes. I'm gonna say yes, man.
Hell no.
This will be my final time picking against Strickland unless he fights I mean my final time picking against DDP unless he fights Pereira, but
Okay.
I'm gonna one more time hate on this man and say Strickland's gonna get this up.
I'm gonna have to agree with Clark here. I'm gonna say no, so it's a no.
Bet.
Does Suarez beat Zhang?
Yes.
No.
I'm gonna say yes. If I
Ups.
had to pick,
No.
big upset
No.
here.
Big up.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not,
That
yo.
is your girl, Zhang.
For me, it's 50.
That's Bay.
It's
That's Bay
very
for life.
close, but if I had to pick, I think I got Suarez. So
I
it's a no.
really hope that they give me good odds on this fight so I can make this good money because it ain't happening.
It probably will be good. I bet.
That
To
will
be
be
honest,
close.
or at least like minus 200. It won't be like Whaley won't be like a minus 500 in that fight.
Does Roundtree pull up the upset
Hell,
and ruin the UFC?
hell no.
Chama.
No, Shama.
Chama.
No, hell no.
Hell no.
Does Armin beat Islam somehow? The first fight was close, guys.
Hell no.
I think it was also 3 rounds though, so it's like
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
it's only gonna get worse for Arman the longer it goes, I think.
And then Stipe and Jones. Yeah, I think we all know
Big,
the answer to
big
this.
hell no. Big hell nah. An
Not
oldie.
not my goat. Hey, I heard he's retiring after this, and I'm glad. Fuck it.
I think they're both retiring after this.
I
John,
love it. I
John,
love it, man. Put those gloves down, man. You've done enough.
I think
John.
John will fight Aspinall. He will.
Fuck
I
that.
thought low key.
What's up, Clark?
I thought he. I mean, before I thought John would retire low key, but the way he's been acting, I thought he would low key fight Aspinall. But hey, I support it, man. You don't have to fight the young gun. Just get
I think
out
he
of.
will, though, bro.
He
You don't
could.
have to. You don't have to.
I think
Get
he
up out
wants
of
to
there.
shut everyone up. He wants to shut everyone up.
I mean, Stipe's here for a payday. Like he's one and done out of here
I don't know how Stipe hasn't fought in these last 4 years.
because he just wants to fight John. That's the
I
only
guess
reason.
I guess just he's gonna retire too. Shout out to him.
Shout out to him.
What do you guys think the best fight on this list is gonna be from an
Ilya,
Ilya.
entertainment? Oh yeah, okay.
Ilya,
Ilya.
What do we think is gonna be the most competitive fight?
Uh,
it's tough. Maybe.
Zhang Suarez, damn near.
I could see that being a fire fight, a fire 5 rounds.
I'm really looking forward to that. Like that's gonna be gas.
I think
Either way.
DDP and Strickland too is gonna be a good fight. I think it's gonna be a banger.
I disagree. I think DDP flatlines the most.
That's crazy work,
I
Clark.
love it. I love to hear it.
You're shameless. You're the real Frank Gallagher, Clark.
I mean, what's he gonna come with? A jab this time?
What do we think the worst fight on this list is gonna be? Just like a stinker to watch.
Mm,
Don't say it, guys.
what? Which probably like I mean probably Pena versus
Yeah, that's
Pennington.
what I'm saying. Like it's the obvious choice, but
If I'd have to have a backup, probably just stylistically how boring it might be.
Arman
Is that,
Islam.
yeah, honestly,
Arman Islam might be a fucking stinker, but I mean it'll be like a dominant win for my boy. But it's gonna be probably a lot of grappling.
mhm.
Yeah.
Anything else about the list or anything else you guys want to talk about?
No, I think we covered it.
I think we got a perfect list here. All right, anyways, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please let us know what you disagree with and agree with in the chat. Thank you so much for the recent support. Leave a comment. We love the interactions. Please check out the TikTok and the shorts coming out. And thank you guys for giving us your time of the day. We'll catch you in the next one.
Peace.
Yeah, peace.